honourable members of the European Parliament, dear Minister, the European Union and the United States share deep friendship and alliance. The transatlantic relationship is founded on a shared history and strong bonds. For decades, this partnership has been a cornerstone of peace, security and economic growth. What was true yesterday remains true today and will hold true tomorrow. With President Trump's inauguration yesterday, the European Union stands therefore ready to deepen and strengthen this vital relationship. We will engage in meaningful dialogue, discuss shared interests and continue to advance our work to address geopolitical challenges together. And in our engagement with the new administration, the European Commission will remain unwavering in upholding the EU's priorities and interests. We will continue to support an inclusive, rules-based multilateral system anchored in the principles of the UN Charter. This includes upholding the sovereignty, territorial integrity and inviolability of borders. We will remain and we will maintain our unwavering commitment to Ukraine, providing sustained political, financial, economic, humanitarian, military and diplomatic support for as long as it takes. We will support achieving a comprehensive, just and lasting peace. The EU also remains fully committed to safeguarding the democratic values and freedoms of its citizens, especially the freedom of speech and the integrity of electoral processes. We will remain focused on our pressing challenges, strengthening our economy, fostering innovation and promoting competitiveness will remain key priorities. This includes being consistent and supportive when it comes to clean and digital technologies like batteries and related newly grown industries. Honourable members, we take note of the memorandum on an America First trade policy adopted yesterday by the US President Donald Trump. The transatlantic trade and investment relationship is a key artery of the global economy. No other economies in the world are as integrated as we are. Entire supply chains stretch on both sides of the Atlantic. The EU and the US have the largest bilateral trade and investment relationship in the world, supporting more than 16 million jobs and accounting for 42% of the global GDP. In 2023 alone, bilateral trade flows reached 1.6 trillion euros, 807 billion of trade in goods and 680 billion euros of trade in services. More than 4 billion of goods and services cross the Atlantic every day. European companies in the US employ 3.5 million Americans, and another million American jobs depend directly on trade with Europe. Equally, our bilateral investment flows are unrivaled. The EU and US have more than 5 trillion euros invested in their respective economies, and of all American assets abroad, 2/3 are in Europe. The EU wants to leverage this robust relationship to enhance growth, maintain technological leadership and boost resilient supply chains. It would no doubt be advantageous for the EU and the US to work together across the board. So we will continue to be a strong partner, ready to engage and cooperate as a matter of priority and pursue a positive agenda with the US, discussing common interest and stand ready to negotiate. We will be pragmatic, but the EU will also stand by its principles and will be prepared to defend its legitimate interest if this is necessary. We take note of today's decision by the new US administration regarding energy production and exports. The EU already is the largest importer of the US liquefied natural gas, providing over 50% of our LNG. And the Commission is ready to work with the new administration to further strengthen this strategic cooperation as we work to strengthen our own energy security. The EU regrets the decision by the United States to withdraw from the Paris Agreement. which we believe continues to be the best hope for us all. For more than a decade, we have worked side by side with our American friends to design and implement the Paris Agreement. Companies in both Europe and America are investing in climate action, in clean technologies, and in bringing their benefits to the citizens. So Europe will stay the course and work to ensure that this continues both at home, for example through the upcoming Clean Industrial Deal, and abroad with all nations that want to protect nature and stop global warming. The EU looks forward to working closely with the new US administration to tackle pressing global challenges. A lot is at stake for both sides, more so as the rules of engagement between global powers are changing. We will address shared priorities for prosperity and international security, reaffirming the enduring strengths of the transatlantic partnership. Thank you, Madam President.
Grazie a lei, Commissario.
Thank you very much indeed, Commissioner Šefčovič. The first speaker on behalf of the EPP is Mr. Sherba.